Okay, so Charlotte and I just came back from another auction, and there was a lot of good deals. I'm talking like a guy bought a refrigerator and a freezer for $1. And it's just not things that we're looking for, but we did end up each spending $1 at the auction, and we kind of wanted to, I already know who won, but we kind of wanted to just see who would come out on top after spending $1, who could make the most out of $1. So Charlotte spent her hard-earned dollar on this. It's a box of brackets. So she did get a bunch of metal brackets, and I think some of them are stainless steel, some of them are aluminum. So we'll weigh that up and see how she did. And this is what I got. This was $1 also. So it's a big light and a little motor with a gearbox on it. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to beat her in this auction here, because I've taken these apart before, and I know these worth about $7-8. This is probably worth about $3, something like that. So let's go ahead and start with Charlotte and see how she did. Okay, she got a broom. No money, no value there. All right. So set this aside. Get the old magnet out. So these are just all steel, whatever these are. All right. Here's aluminum. These look like strike plates. These look like stainless steel strike plates. There's a bunch of them. That's metal, aluminum, steel, aluminum, stainless. These are all steel, and then these brackets are all appear to be steel. So here's our steel, stainless steel, and this is aluminum. Let's weigh it up and see how she did. All right, so we're going to go ahead and weigh her stuff up here. Turn the scale on, and we'll weigh her steel. Comes up to 5.1 pounds of steel. 5.1. All right. And the aluminum. 0.95 for the aluminum. And her stainless steel. Stainless steel comes in at 2.85 pounds. All right, so now we're going to break all this down here. We're going to break this motor down and this light. I've always had good luck with these lights. These are $7-8 items right here if you can pick them up cheap. That's all cast aluminum except for the bracket. Okay, so I'm finally done with what I had to do to break down my $1 auction. That took me 43 minutes from the time I hit the record button to the time I stopped it. So we're going to go ahead and weigh up the steel that I have. Got this bucket here. I'll zero that out. I'm going to throw in the steel. All right, that comes to 20.15 pounds. All right, and this is all the wire that came off of it. This pays something. I'm going to zero that out. And that comes to 0.35 pounds. That's $1.10 a pound, so 0.35 pounds. And this is all the aluminum that came out of mostly that light. So we're going to weigh this up. For the zeros, 14.6 pounds of aluminum. And now the good stuff here. I don't think I even need this to beat Charlotte, but let's go ahead and weigh it up. It's all copper. I'm going to take 2/10 off for this tub here. Put that on there. 3 pounds. Minus 2/10 for a tub, so 2.8 pounds. All right, so I got the totals. Now remember, Charlotte spent $1, and she turned it into $2.04.
I doubled my money.
Doubled your money. Good. Okay, now, Charlotte, you think you beat me this time? Okay, same dollar spent, and as you can see, we came up with $1.30 for the steel. The wire was 39 cents. The aluminum was $8.76, and the copper was $9.52 for a total of $19.97. $1 spent, $19.97 is what we turned it into. So, well, that's our video for you today. All right, so I got to get this scrap to the scrap yard so I can get paid.
Thanks for watching, and maybe I'll win next time.